Okay, I am still working on my attention getter and my memorable statement, so I'm just going to start with my greeting. Good afternoon. My name is Ashley Brakebill. Hydrothermal vents and cold seeps are two deep-sea ecosystems that show that life can exist independently from the sun, which can hold the secret to life on other planets. Deep-sea hydrothermal vents form as a result of volcanic activity on the ocean floor. Water seeps through cracks in the Earth's crust, dissolving metals and minerals superheated from the magma. It can reach temperatures of over 700 degrees. They form a chimney around the vent. This is called the oasis of life in an otherwise lifeless deep sea. Some of the forms of life are shrimps, crabs, giant tube worms, clams, slugs, anemones, and fish. The microorganisms in this oasis exist because of chemosynthesis, which is a process by which organisms use inorganic material as a source of energy rather than the sunlight used by photosynthesis. The hydrothermal vents rely on hydrogen sulfide, which is toxic to land-based life. The microorganisms are the bottom level food chain on which everything else is dependent. They can survive in temperatures of over 113 degrees Celsius. The water contains heavy metals and is more acidic than vinegar, which can kill just about anything else, but all these life forms thrive in this oasis. According to the Worldwide Fund for Nature, on average, a new vent species has been discovered every 10 days since the ecosystems were first discovered in 1977. Cold seeps are similar to vents. The water also seeps through the ocean floor. They rely on chemosynthesis for energy, and they're extreme ecosystems as well. These rely on a high salt concentration, but they are not hot like the hydrothermal vents. They're the same temperature as the surrounding waters. The organisms rely on methane, not hydrogen sulfide, and the rate of growth is much slower, but they live longer. The deep tube worms live 250 years. Now, why does all this really matter outside of just being awesome? Well, the implication of life on other planets is why it matters. Prior to the discovery of these hydrothermal vents and cold seeps 30 years ago, all life on Earth was thought to be dependent on the sun. Now, in other places in the solar system, you are not very likely to find conditions that are similar to Earth. But conditions in these places are more likely to be found, hydrothermal vents, cold seeps, where you rely on methane or other gases. So it makes it more likely that their life can exist on other planets. Also, energy from the sun is not needed. It expands the range of temperatures that can exist, which life can exist. A couple examples of this are Jupiter's moon, Europa, which is covered by ice, but because of the tidal energy, scientists think that there is a vast ocean underneath Europa, underneath the ice, maybe 10 times deeper than our own ocean. And they think that hydrothermal vents could exist at the bottom of this moon. Also, Saturn's moon, Titan, methane and ammonia were found, which lends itself to the possibility that if the methane and ammonia combine, that life can be formed on this moon as well. Anyway, then I'm going to show pictures of Europa and Titan, and then conclude with a memorable statement that I haven't quite gotten yet. Get my thesis down again. Hydrothermal vents and cold seeps are two deep-sea ecosystems that show that life can exist independently from the sun, which can hold the secret to life on other planets. Thank you for your time.